at Highway, we believe in our family, hey? Yeah. How awesome is it to be a part of the family? It's so good. Thanks. Like my jersey? Goes all right. So today, I'm going to continue our series on I am blessed, but I've called it We Are Blessed. Do you know that you are blessed? Yes. But do you truly know it? When Jace got up and shared the first message about 2 weeks ago, I'm sitting here going, yeah, I know it, but I didn't know it. I know it here. I can read the Bible and go, yeah, I'm blessed. At the same time, I'm sitting down, I sit over here, and go, my car's busted, my septic system's busted, this is busted, oh my gosh, am I really that blessed? That was the big question I had for myself. And so then Pastor Tony a couple of weeks ago said, you're going to talk about being blessed. So I'd done the study, and I'm blessed, I know it here, but I didn't know it here. I didn't know it here. I didn't know it in my heart of hearts that I was really blessed. Do you guys all know this logo? This logo? The jersey kind of gives it away. MJ, Michael Jordan. If you guys don't know, I love basketball. Basketball is a high passion of mine. Sometimes it becomes a priority. It should be a passion, not a priority. But Michael Jordan was the greatest I believe is what they call the GOAT, the greatest of all times. Right? The greatest basketball player to ever live. But there's a documentary on Netflix, don't waste too much time watching Netflix, called The Last Dance. And there's some things I learned about Michael Jordan I want to share with you guys today to hopefully change our head knowledge to our heart knowledge. So we're not walking around going, I'm blessed, but really see deep down inside you're going, am I really blessed? Am I really blessed? Michael Jordan, so he was the MVP of the league. Points champion and the best defensive player. So he's the best player in the world when it comes to basketball. Right? But he didn't settle there. He's been playing basketball for 4 years. He was already the MVP, the Defensive Player of the Year, the scoring champion, the assist champion. All these kind of accolades were on him. But he had to redefine what success was. He had to redefine what success was to get the ultimate prize, the NBA championship. It wasn't about being the best player anymore. It wasn't about being the best scorer or the best this. It was about being the best player. And this is what I struggled with when it came to success. This slide right here. What you define as success can dictate if you feel or believe that you're blessed. I want you to think about that for a second. The world is always pumping us with what success is. Hey, if your house is beautiful, you've got the nice house, you've got the nice car, you've got the beautiful lady, you're successful. And therefore you're blessed. Jordan was the MVP. Everyone said blessed. He got the biggest contract in those times. He had the best deal with Nike, all this kind of stuff. But he had to redefine what success was. Yeah. He had to think about his career and go, what is successful me going to be? In 15, 20 years' time, there's lots of players who've won those two awards, but I wouldn't chuck their logo up here and you wouldn't know who they were. Right? Jordan had to go, I want to redefine success. I want to redefine in my life what success is. Right? And as Christians, I believe that's what we have to do. We have to look at our lives and redefine what success is for us. Some of us think if we're really rich, that's successful. Some of us think if we're really poor and serving God and going to soup kitchens and doing all this kind of stuff, we're really successful and we're blessed because people can see me, right? I'm overset. I get to go on stage. So some people think, hey, Bruce, you're really blessed because you get to share at church, right? Some people look at Pastor Tony. He gets to pastor a church. He's really blessed. But can I tell you, we're all blessed. Yeah. We are all blessed, but we have to get it from here to here. Yeah. Right? We have to get it from our head to our heart. We are really blessed. Good, Bruce. It's no longer our head knowledge. It's got to be our heart knowledge, guys. So when we walk around, people can see it. Who knows if they're doing this? I'm happy. You know I'm not happy. But I'm walking around, come on, guys, let's go. You guys know I'm happy and pumped. Yeah. Right? And that's a heart thing. That's a heart thing. It's not a head thing. So I want to encourage us today to think about redefining what success is for us. Really redefining that success so we can sit there and truly believe I'm blessed. Yeah. Right? And now I'm not saying we're all going to be poor, we're all going to be rich. One of my best mates, he is loaded to the gazoo. Right? Honestly, he's got over $2 million worth of property. Right? I don't have anywhere near, or I'm down here. But the one thing is together, me and him have witnessed and did missionary work in Thailand through his generosity. He supported me to go to Thailand. Right? So don't, I'm not going to tell you what success looks like for you because it's a personal journey. That's the best thing about this Christian faith. For Jordan, the success wasn't the MVP award. Success was titles, NBA titles. In Romans 12:2, this is what we have to do as Christians. Do not copy the behaviours and customs of the world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Changing the way you think. Success for you might be, hey, I want to get out of Kingaroy. I don't like Kingaroy. As a young person, that might be your heart. I don't like Kingaroy. There's nothing to do here. But hey, let's change our mindset. Let's change our thoughts. Yeah? Let's think like God thinks. It's not about us. It's about the friends out there who don't know Jesus yet. Yeah. I work in a workplace where people don't know Jesus. And I'm worried about my toilet and my septic system. Yeah. Right? And my car. Good. Realistically, how do we define what is our thinking going like? All right? I want to give you 3 ways to renew your thinking today. The first one, trust God. The second one, trust other Christians. And the third one, serve church and one another. Now, when I mean one another, I mean us in this building. Right? That's how we're going to be blessed. So back on to Jordan, because I was watching that documentary on Jordan. Another picture up the front top there. The guy in the middle. Does anyone know who the guy in the middle is? Do you know who it is, Oscar? His name's Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson, he's won 6 titles. If you're in the basketball world, you know Phil Jackson. He's like the basketball brain guru. Right? He's like this really smart, developed this new offense. Right? But Jordan had to buy in to this new way of thinking. Phil Jackson comes to Michael Jordan and goes, hey, Jordan, I don't want you to shoot as much. I want you to pass more. You're not going to have the ball in your hands the whole time. You're not going to be dribbling like, look at me, look at me. You're going to pass it to your teammates, and they're going to be just as important in this offense as you are. Yeah. Right? He had to change the way he was thinking, had to trust his leader. Yeah. He had to sit there and go, I trust this guy. I don't really know him, but I've got to trust him. He was a nobody. Now if Phil Jackson went to a team, everyone would be like, yeah, we'll listen to Phil Jackson because he's the guru. Right? But when he first went to the Chicago Bulls, he'd done Europe. He actually did South American coaching, and they brought him up and he was like the video guy, you know, watches the tape and says that guy goes to his right all the time or does analytics, you know. But then he came and he did this kind of thing here. It's like us. We have to trust God. Yeah. We have to trust God. Just like Michael Jordan trusted Phil Jackson, we have to trust God. It sounds easy, right? Everyone up here, trust God? My question is down here, do you really trust God? Do you really trust God? I'm going to follow John's leading here because I want to share a story about trusting God. But first, let's read this verse. Psalm 37, 3-4. Yeah. Trust in the Lord, and do good. Dwell in the land and befriend faithfulness. Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. First thing there is we've got to go to God. We've got to get his heart on the matter. Yeah, come on. Jordan had to go to Phil and go, hey, what do you want me to do, mate? Right? I want to succeed. I want to be blessed. It's the same for us as Christians. We've got to get God's heart on the matter. Yeah. It's not about our heart on the matter. It's God's heart on the matter. Good. On everything. Of living in Kingaroy, of working the job that you work that you might hate. Who's there? Who's got a job that they really don't like? You know what I mean? You've got to trust God and work your way through that job. Yeah. And some of us, we've never trusted God, so this might be a first step. I'm just going to trust you, God. I'm going to sell out for you fully. But for other us, like myself, we've trusted God, we've put ourselves out there, and we've been hurt. I've shared this story with some of you before, but Sam and I just said we're over Thailand being missionaries. I was working at a school, serving the Lord, to save money, to be diligent with the money that my mate was supporting us with. I was riding a motorbike to and from school with JJ with me. Jed, sorry, I'll call him JJ. Jed, my little son in front of me. We're riding back from school. We're coming through this little bit of town, and these 2 kids run a bike. I said, JJ, stop talking to Dad. Dad needs to focus. One of those kids hit a rock, veered out in front of us. Whack. 4 more on the road, sliding down the road 20 metres. Here I am, JJ screaming his head off. I'm barked up everywhere. This little boy's laying there. He never opened his eyes again, that little boy. Here I am trusting God. God, I'm doing your work. I'm in Thailand. I'm being a missionary. I'm trusting you. My son's there crying his eyes out. There's a little boy. I'm serving you, God. I'm doing the right thing. See, sometimes it's hard to jump back in and trust God again. I don't know what's going on in your life. Sometimes it's hard to jump back in that circle and go, God, I trust you. Yeah, it's not easy all the time. Just trust God. Can I be truthful to you? So that happened like 4 years ago. And last Friday was the first time I've really gone, I trust you, God, again with everything. I don't know about you, but after this service, if you're holding something back, don't. 4 years is way too long to hide that corner of yourself. 4 years is way too long. God wants all of us, yeah, fully trusting him. Then we can be fully blessed. You can just jump in, man. Jump in and trust in God. I don't know if it's a hurt that you've had like mine, or if it's you've never trusted God fully. Can I encourage you? I've done it before and I'm doing it again. Right? Jumping in and trusting God. Don't hold it back. I know we're all hurt, right? Lots of things happen in that situation. Someday later I'll share the dramas and the stuff we went through. But trust God. You know you're blessed. In the last week, the blessings that have happened to myself, just feeling uplifted, just feeling freed, just my relationship with my wife, with JJ, again, it's all going back. Well, actually, it's moving way, way forward, right? But it's about trusting God. It's about trusting God. It's really about trusting God. Second point is trusting others. Now, these two dudes up here, you'll see the next one, if it comes up. These two guys here, you might know the guy on the right, but you'll never know the guy on the left. The guy on the right's name is your right, that's right. His name's Steve Kerr. On the left is John Paxson. These guys were number 7 and 8 on the bench. They hardly ever come off the court. But Jordan trusted them with game-winning shots. He knows that we've got to trust our fellow. He had to trust his other teammates. Good. You see him early on in his career try to always hit the game-winning shot. It's easy for people to defend because everyone runs at you. Everyone runs at you. If you're by yourself, the devil's going to attack you. He's going to send trials and tribulations your way if you're standing there alone. So that's what happened to Jordan. But him and Phil got together and said, hey, it's not your time to take the shots anymore. It's time to trust others, to give these guys the chance to make the shot. Guess what these two dudes did? Game-winning shots in the finals. Not just the regular season, but in the finals. Got them, Jordan got six titles. Steve was with the second 3. John was with the first 3. But point 2, trust other Christians. Trust other Christians. Wow. A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another, just as I have loved you. You also are to love one another. By this people will know that you are my disciples, if you have loved one another. It's the same deal. Some of us are sitting in church here, and we look on the other side of the aisle, or someone even sitting next to you, and in your heart you mightn't really trust them. You mightn't really love them. I know that is honestly how I felt at stages in church. You sit there and you go, I heard what so-and-so said. Why does he always look at me funny? But how can we really be blessed by God if we can't let his fellow believers love and serve and trust us? It's something I I honestly have been struggling with again. This series has just been nailing me. Ecclesiastes. Most of you guys would know this verse from weddings. Two are better than one because they have a good reward for their toil. For if they fail, one can lift them up. We can read the benefits of two. But if you read the last, a threefold cord is not quickly broken. So what happens to a hundredfold cord? If we were, as this church, to get together and unify ourselves. How amazing would we be? How blessed would we be to walk along a journey and have someone next to you? We have small groups happening here at church. If you don't know, they're all kind of almost at the end, but they start next year. Can I encourage you to jump in? Can I encourage you to jump in? Next time Pastor Tony gets up here and says small groups are on, can I encourage you to get your phones out straight away and sign up? Yes. Why I'm telling you that is because I've been so blessed. I'm doing a small group, 4 people signed up, and I've got 4 people coming who didn't sign up, but it's awesome. And we were sitting there and we're doing this study. And there's, most of the blokes are in the room. We're doing the study. And we're all sitting there going how hurt we've been in the past and how scary it is for us to put ourselves out there again. For Christian people. Same deal, during that motorbike accident I had in Thailand, the Christian families we were walking with, that we were travelling with, they disappeared. Kind of stopped coming over our house, kind of stopped just hanging out. So I come to the coast, go to big churches and hide. I come out here, I don't want to talk to anyone, don't want to let my guard down too much. Because if something bad happens to me again, they're going to leave me. But I can tell you, in the last 6 weeks, I've been hanging out with these 3 blokes. They've encouraged me. I'm so blessed by them just getting beside you. Bruce, you're awesome, you're so encouraging, you're so this, you're so that. Good. If you're sitting at home and not doing anything, not getting the phone, not getting onto your brothers that are sitting in this room next to you, or you're looking across the thing against someone who's done you wrong, you're missing out. Yes. Same deal. 4 years. I don't want to get too close to any Christians because if something bad happens, they're going to run away and make me feel alone again. But I'm missing out on the blessing that comes from being in fellowship. People know that we're disciples. We go to a coffee shop every Wednesday. Oh, hey guys, you're back for another coffee? Yeah, we are, because we love each other. We're witnessing, right? But more than that, we're uplifting each other. We're blessed because we're spending time together. I'm sorry I haven't spent much time with you guys and I've isolated myself. I want to apologize, right? But this series, this message today, can I challenge you, even if you don't go to this church, get alongside a brother or a sister. Yeah. Get to know them. They're going to bless your life. They're going to bless your life. You can't be blessed if you're sitting there with your hands in your pockets and you're on your phone at home doing nothing. Yeah. Right? Get your credit card out, go buy someone a coffee. I'm being deadly serious. You want to be blessed? These are some things you've got to change. Michael Jordan went, I'm not going to hold the ball anymore. I'm going to pass it. I'm going to get involved with the team. Yeah. Right? And if we're not going to do that, we're not going to be blessed. All right? So we're talking about car issues. So I'm starting to be a bit more bold and just ask for prayer. Not for stuff, but ask for prayer. So I called my old man up and I go, Dad, the mechanics told me a car's not worth fixing. He literally said it's a pile of, stuff. Don't fix it, I don't want your money. I said, okay. So I called Dad, I said, Dad, just pray me because, we don't have a car. We need 2 cars because Tom and I work differently. And you know what the mechanic said? You know what my dad said? Hey, funny you mentioned that. One of my mates has just told me that he's got a car he's trying to sell for $100 with 3 months rego and all this kind of stuff. And he goes, I'll just pass that along because my dad's in fellowship. I wasn't in fellowship, my dad's in fellowship. Well, I'm in fellowship with my dad. He calls me and he goes, okay, cool. You know what ends up happening? Oh, we know Bruce. We want to bless him. Here's the car, 3 months rego, go for it. Yeah. But if I'm not in fellowship, I'm not going to get blessed because no one's going to know my need. All right? But the best thing about that, I called up old mate because I know him, he's one of Dad's mates. He was in tears. It was so good that we were able to bless you. We're so encouraged. He was blessed by being able to give an opportunity, but if I didn't share my need, he wouldn't be blessed by being able to give that opportunity away. Yeah. Isn't it crazy? We get blessed, others get blessed when we're in fellowship, but if we're sitting by ourselves, there's no blessing that's going to occur. My third and final point is about this crazy looking dude here. Does anyone know who that is? Oh, hey, exactly right. It is Dennis Rodman. Wow. Narelle, that's awesome. It's Dennis Rodman. He was on the Chicago Bulls team, right? The crazy thing is, look at him. He's got green hair. He's got tattoos. The dude walked around in a dress. The dude's a bit loco, right? Like, honestly, I don't know what's going on upstairs. But Jordan loved him, despite all his quirkiness, despite anything else that's going on, because he's a part of the team. Yeah. Now, when you look around this room, there might be someone in here that you reckon's a bit on the nose. There might be someone in here who wears their hair a bit crazy, or during praise and worship, they go, "Ah!" Right? There might be those kind of people. You might be, I don't want to talk to them. But they're a part of our team. Yeah. They're a part of what's going on. Sorry, Nathaniel. They're a part of our team. They're a part of our team. They're a part of what's going on here at church. Yeah, it's good. And we've got to serve. We've got to love them. Jordan chartered a private plane, went and got old mate out of a week-long party to come back and play in the finals. Long story short. But it didn't matter what he looked like. During this interview on the final dance, he said that he was an important part of our team. Yeah. He was our team. Now, you looking around this pews here, do you see someone that's missing? Do you see someone that you know should be here that's not here this week? Are you going to send them a text? Are you going to dive in and go get them out of wherever they are? Because they're going to bless you. As you travel that journey and you see the changes in their life, they're going to bless you. The final point, serve the church and one another. Be a blessing. And what's the larger calling? These two verses here, Galatians, I want to read Galatians 5:13. For you were called to freedom, brothers. Not only do not use your freedom as an opportunity for the flesh, but through love serve one another. Through love serve one another. We could do whatever we want. Jordan could have gone, hey, he's doing his thing, I'm going to leave him over there. You can do the same. I know you guys all know people who aren't here. We're going to take that 5 minutes to text them and be that blessing to them. Because they'll be the blessing back. Just like the car story. They're going to be a blessing back to us. But we've got to step out of our comfort zones. It's not about our flesh anymore. It's not about our flesh anymore, guys. Come on. I tell you, until last Friday, I was crying in front of the state executive dude. It was very embarrassing. But I'm over being embarrassed. I'm over myself. There's a town there that needs to be blessed. And as we bless them, we'll be blessed. Our kingdom, the kingdom of God's going to grow. His kingdom, not our kingdom. His kingdom's going to grow. Right? We're going to be blessed because we get to serve and love one another. But if it's about us, we can't be blessed. We can't be blessed if every decision we make is about us. I've been there. Honestly, Pastor Tony, I apologise. This has just been an amazing series for me because I'm changing my priority. I'm changing my definition. I'm changing what I define as success. What I define as success. What I define as success. I'm changing that. You have to change what you define as success. Otherwise, there's no way you'll feel blessed. My uncle is loaded. I love the dude to death. His name's Bruce Garvey. Right? So I love him to death. If you Google Bruce Garvey, you'll see him. He's a man, blah, blah, blah. Right, 2 weekends ago, we went to his house. And Jed, again, loves cars. And so he's like, oh, Dad, there's an F truck down here. There wasn't one F truck, there was 2 F trucks. And my uncle goes, oh, I've got another car to show you. And he's got some $300,000 old Ford thing. And then he's got a Porsche parked there, and then he's got something else parked somewhere else, and he owns 3 houses. But he's always looking for that next thing to be blessed. He's always looking for that next opportunity to be blessed. Working hard. He still hasn't stopped working because he can't find his identity. His success is in money. What is your success in?
Come on, that's good.
Can I challenge you to redefine what you see as success so you know you're blessed? Because I know we are blessed. There's no longer about I am blessed for me today. It's we are blessed, right? If we know Jesus, we are blessed. We've got to get it from here to here. Yeah? No more in your head. You've got to get it to your heart because we are blessed.
Let's go, Bruce.
I don't know what your financial situation is like. I don't know if you've got a credit card bill debt of $100,000, right? I don't know if your relationship and your marriage is falling apart. But we've got to change what we see as success so we can live in that life of blessing, right? We've got to be wise and stuff, but we've got to live in that life of blessing. We've got to really live in that life of blessing. Can I please get you guys to understand that? We are blessed. If we love Jesus, we are blessed. Full stop. Not if everything's going perfect. Not if everything's good. If we are living a life and we love Jesus, we are blessed. Full stop. Right? I just want to go through these last 3 points, the 3 points again. And I want to ask you if you've gone through anything like I've gone through in trusting God. If you've had that situation where it feels like God's pulled the rug out from under your feet. If it feels like God's just pulled that rug out, you had a plan. We were going to live in Thailand the rest of our lives, right? I dug 600 holes in road-based stuff to plant fruit trees so we could live there the rest of our life. Boom. God, you pulled the rug out. Not only did you pull the rug out, some young kids no longer here. Jed has to go through that. Jed still speaks about that. You pulled the rug out, God. God has a bigger plan. I have to redefine my success. I'm blessed. I don't care. I do care what happened, and I pray for that little boy's family all the time. But I've got to get back on that horse. I've got to trust God.
Yeah, come on.
I've got to trust God. I don't care what it costs anymore. I don't care what it costs anymore. Trust other Christians. Do you trust other Christians? Do you honestly trust other Christians? Or have you been hurt? When something bad's gone on, they've all disappeared. Just like in Thailand. The Buddhists were more kind and gracious to me than the Christians were. So I said, God, bugger your people. I can't do that anymore. We're 3 awesome men sitting in this auditorium who've encouraged the living bejeebies out of me to get back on that horse. Now, if you're hurt from a Christian, or if you're not trusting God, I want to encourage you today to jump up. There's no more. If you want to live a life of blessed, full stop, let's jump up and let's come forward. Let's get some prayer. Let's get some prayer. If you have had that situation where you're hurt and you don't trust God anymore, it's a friend that hurt you. And you're going, I can't share that story anymore. I can't do that anymore. It's time. It's time for us to jump up, church. It's time for us to stop living that life of, I'm blessed, and you're living 55% down here.
Yeah.
Right? It's time for us to live 100% down here. I'm blessed, full stop. We are blessed. So we're going to sing a song now. I encourage you, if there's something going on in your life and you haven't handed it to Christ, if you haven't gone, God, I give you 100%, come forward, guys. I'd love to pray with you. 4 years is way too long to be holding on to pain and hurt towards God and towards other Christians. It's way too long. The altar's going to be open. I'm going to be down here. I'd love to pray with you. The freedom I felt in the last week is amazing. The freedom we can have when we realize we are blessed, full stop.
Come on.
We need to stop holding on to things. I want to encourage you now, if you want some prayer for anything, if you're feeling like you're not trusting God, you're not trusting other Christians, or you don't want to serve, it's time, guys. We are blessed. Full stop.
The Lord bless you and keep you, make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. The Lord bless you and keep you, make his face shine shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. Amen. 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 The Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. Let's sing amen. Oh, amen. 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 May his favor be upon you and 1,000 generations, and your family, and your children, and their children, and their children. May his favor be upon you and 1,000 generations, and your family, and your children, and their children, and their children. May his favor be upon you.
Come on, this is for you today, church. Come on, his favor is upon you. Come on, let's declare this together. Come on, and your family. Come on, their children. Come on, his presence. Come on, God is right here for you right now today. Come on, if you need to trust him again, just come out the front. If you want some prayer, just come out the front. Come on, we can trust him because he's for us. Come on, let's sing it out in agreement with him. Come on, he is for you today. He is here right now. Come on, we need to learn to trust God again. We need to learn to trust our Christian friends. We need to trust the people next to us. Come on, his favor is here for you. His blessing is here for you today, church. So come on, let's reach out. Let's declare. Let's sing out this over our lives.
before you and behind you and beside you, all around you, within you. He is with you. He is with you.
Come on, in the morning.
In the evening, in your coming, and you're going, and you're weeping, and rejoicing. He's for you. 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 He's for you.
Come on, church.
He's for you.
Let's get it from our head to our heart this morning. He is here for you. He is here for you. Come on, stand in agreement. Come on, let this resonate out of our mouths. Let us stand in agreement with the King of Kings for our lives. Church, today's not over. Right now, I know there's some people here who are just fighting this, just as Bruce did. They're fighting this trust thing with God. Come on, it's a battle that we got to face every day. But in all situations, trust Him. Come on, in all situations, trust Him. So whatever you're going through this morning, we are here for you. Whatever you're going through in this season, we are here for you. Whatever's happening in your life, we are here for you. And we're gonna, this altar is open for prayer. This altar is open for prayer. If you want some believers to stand in faith with you, to see God in your situation, I want to encourage you, don't let this opportunity pass. Come out the front. Come on, let's stand with one another. Let's pray together and believe for the God in all of our situations. All we got to do is stand in agreement. All we got to do is stand in agreement together.
Church, that's what we're singing as well. Amen, as we all know, we agree.
Amen.
When we sing Amen together, we're not just singing it, we're in agreement.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Amen,
May His favor be upon you and 1,000 generations,
And your family, and your children, and their children.
Come on, sing it out today. May His presence.
May His presence go before you, and behind you, and beside you, all around you, within you.
Come on, He is with you this morning.
He's with you
In the morning and the evening. When you leave and when you come.
and you're going,
When you cry and rejoice. Come on, He's for you no matter what. He is for you. Come on, we can lean on Him. We can trust in Him today, church. Come on, He is for us. He is for us. He is for us this morning.
He's for you.
church, we have Highway Church Part 2, which we're gonna open that up right now. And so if you would like to spend some time with us out there and communicate with us, come on, spend time with your family here today. But just remember that the altar's open.